Hey, I'm Devon. I'm a game developer, and today we are here with a low-key XCOM stream. Last mission, we had a flawless mission against the Chosen Assassin, and had 0 wounds that mission, but it still kind of tuckered out our roster here. We've got a lot of people tired, 3 people tired, 1 shaken, so we're looking a little thin at the moment. We have got a guerrilla action right now that we're going to hop into in a minute, but before we do that, just want to kind of take stock of our campaign a little bit. So we are suffering quite a bit from the Avatar project going on. We've eliminated one of the Chosen.
Commander. They each seem to have unique advantages in combat that we should avoid.
Just refreshing myself on these guys' abilities real quick. So we're in danger from the Avatar project, but we do have this 3-dot facility available that we can go and do whenever we want. So we're just trying to find a good window to do that and knock progress back a ways. We're also only 1 step away from this facility in India, and only 2 steps away from this facility in Eastern Europe, and 2 steps away from this facility in Western US. So we've got a lot of ability to get to some Avatar facilities, and this Guerilla Ops will, actually give us the intel that we need to get to 2 more of these facilities in addition to the one we've got, in addition to preventing a minor breakthrough. So right now, a lot of our strategy layer stuff is around not losing to the Avatar project, just because our missions have gone fairly well. We beat the Assassin, so I swapped us over to Assassin's Weapon Tech to try and get those lined up in a few days. And then our other big deal is we are incredibly low on supplies. We actually canceled our Shadow Chamber to get enough supplies to build our Tier 3 armor. And we've got a supply drop in 12 days that we're really going to try and be... We're going to be pretty tight until then, just because we can't build any of our upgraded weapons, any of our upgraded armor. The black market's closed, so we can't sell stuff. So supplies are kind of the big thing we're gated on right now. We've actually got plenty of Illyrium and alloys, and we're going to go pick up a few more at this site in a minute. But we do not have the supplies to build our Shadow Chamber or any of the weapon upgrades we want. So we'll be hoping to get those slammed down as soon as possible. So already kind of lined up and equipped a team for this. This is definitely a B or even C squad. If you look at our roster, almost all of our high-level troops are tired. Oh! Diamond came up available... She was at 1 day wounded, and she came up available during the day-long flight over here. So that's actually amazing that we get to pick her up as the new ranger, because that takes us to suddenly having a much more powerful ranger on this squad. So that's a really nice... I was not expecting to get that. Alright, so that gives us a much higher level troop on this mission. Something else I was wanting to do, she currently has a will upgrade as kind of just a placeholder, but we've actually got 2 mobility PCSs, and I would like to give her 1 and 1 to our Templar. So that gives her a huge boost in mobility, and I'll give the other 1 to our Templar. We didn't really care about the small will boost that much. That was just kind of a placeholder because we were not using it very much. And then we can also give him Wrecking Ball to get him into the fight. So we've got double Frost Bombs, since this is kind of our mid-level Grenadier who has double the weapon equipped, or double the Grenadier equipped. We've got Healing Protocol on Fontaine, so he'll be able to make good use of this med kit. Our Sharpshooter is more, well, they're very low level, so they're not much of anything, but they are slightly more of a sniper than a Sharpshooter, so the Venom rounds are not ideal, but she'll probably still do a little bit of pistol shooting. And then we've got a 1 flashbang and 2 plasma grenades on our secondary Grenadier. So the sit rep on this is Show of Force, tons of Advent-only troops. I considered bringing a flamethrower or flame grenade, since that's particularly good against squishy Advent enemies, but I still just think the ability to blow up cover with plasma grenades often outweighs getting some extra effects off of, you know, swapping some of these grenades out for incendiaries or acid. We could bring one acid. It shreds a third point of armor, I think, over the armor shred of these, just for dealing with shield bearers. Doesn't sound like a terrible idea. So this still only shreds 2. These also shred 2. So the acid grenade doesn't actually shred more damage. So let's just keep the plasma grenade for that. And let's rock and roll. This is a kill the Advent Captain mission with all Advent troops on the ground.
5x5.
We are letting the Venom rounds dark event take place, as well as a hidden dark event. But I didn't want to spend the intel to reveal it when we need that intel to get to the two
trusted
facilities.
source in the Resistance has confirmed that a high-ranking Advent military officer will be moving through this area as part of a routine patrol. We have an opportunity here to completely disrupt Advent's command structure and delay their current operations. All we have to do is neutralize that officer. Menace 1-5, we're tracking the Advent General and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location. Sweep the area and eliminate the target along with any other hostiles that stand in your way. It looks like Advent is throwing every grunt they've got
Man,
at
these
us,
sit
Commander.
reps just mean
They're
Bradford
flooding
talks
the
a
area
lot
with
at the
troopers.
start of
We
missions.
need to be ready for a fight.
So, one of the other things I did before, because I didn't know we were going to get Julia available for this mission, is I gave our low-level Grenadier Phantom so that they could act as a scout. So, I'm not sure who will end up wanting to pop concealment on first, but we do actually have 2 potential scouts after we lose squad cover. So we don't... This is a pretty big map, and we don't know where the target is. The timer doesn't start until we until we break concealment, so it's possible we'll even want to wait a little bit. Not engage the first pod we see, just in order to keep concealment longer and hold off on the timer. Alright, so this is as far as we'll push forward this turn. Probably, I mean, we don't have a timer, so it's not actually ideal for us to... We don't need to be pushing this far forward.
Let's do this.
As long as we've got Julie up there, we might as well, but really we should be going a little slower until we are forced to break concealment.
Affirmative.
I think it's likely that we'll want to break concealment break Julia's concealment rather than the secondary Grenadiers, just because Julia is one of our highest level troops and going to be more useful than the Grenadier overall. Oh, maybe we should have put our sniper up top. The field of view on these up top positions is a little wonky, though. Alright, so if we run someone up to peek around this corner, it is quite possible they will activate. So you're a Phantom. So in that case, I'm kind of inclined to just push Julia through the door and see what happens. Still no sign of anyone, field commander or otherwise. Kind of like getting the sniper up here.
Got it. Moving.
And then we can just start stacking everyone else
Heading
up.
there now. Moving to to designated coordinates.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Alright, so we've got Julia guarding the doors here. We can pull everyone else up behind.
Heading to that location.
Keep pushing forward with Bishop.
Scanning. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Affirmative. Covering now. We got something over here.
Alright, so enemies pretty much directly that way. Do we have the field commander?
I've got enemy movement here.
So this is not the field commander. So I'd kind of rather just avoid these guys for the time being. I mean, it's a little risky because it could mean fighting more pods at once in the long run. And if we activate with someone, maybe it's better to just pop concealment and let the timer happen. This is nerve-wracking. Alright, so... someone who can peek corners would actually be better than running forward with Bishop first.
Confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's pull everyone off a vision of these guys and push towards scoping out more territory to try and find the commander.
On my way.
Which means we will want to move this sniper down from for a good position, but that's fine.
Moving to designated coordinates. I'm on the move.
This is a little bit of a risky move. Probably should have thought about that a little bit more.
On Overwatch. Eyes on the prize.
Scanning.
Overwatch. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
So we should probably be moving in a bit of a tighter group if possible.
Good copy.
Just
Moving
to
on target.
reduce the number of potential contact points as we kind of try and scope out the situation.
Closing on target position now.
We didn't get sound from any direction. so
Moving
we
on
don't
target
know
location.
which ways, if any, have enemies.
That's affirmative.
We are aware that one pod of two...
Heading to that
was close,
location.
but fortunately not a devastating one. Short one Overwatch if
I'm on it.
enemies reveal it this turn.
Got it covered. Got it covered. Scanning.
Okay, and is that the same pod? It looks like the same pod. They're just kind of patrolling up this way. Oh man, so they're one tile off of revealing us, so we should pull back a little here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Moving to position. Heading out.
I don't know about this. This does leave her potentially flanked through that door if someone wanders into us. I don't know, we're kind of in this
Understood.
middle
Moving out.
position where we're not going to have cover from all directions.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Probably should have
Moving to
pushed up one of the
Overwatch.
map edges instead.
Overwatch. On Overwatch.
This guy's going off a slight... That was a weird jump. Alright, so let's check this corner with someone.
Moving on target location.
Just verify that there are no enemies in this little area. And then we can start pushing up along this side of the map, and that should be good. So we've swept... There could theoretically... It'd be hard for there to be a pod in here. So we've kind of swept a good amount of this map already. So we get to push up here, try and take this high ground in a perfect world. And hopefully not fight from enemies who are on said high ground.
Moving.
But yeah, we definitely want to push up along this side is the current plan.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out.
And then
Affirmative. Covering now.
just in case.
Affirmative. Covering now. I'm on it.
Don't have a Templar, so we get to actually spend 2 for overwatches, which is nice.
Headed there now.
Alright, so there is a ladder there, so we would like to get to that ladder if possible. And we are being able to take this unusually slowly, which is nice. And Jens, just run all the way up to re-meet with the group.
No need to ask twice.
Sniper.
Affirmative.
Here.
Moving out.
You
Position
behind the
confirmed.
bot. And you can run all the way up to here.
Good to go. Eyes on the prize. Got it covered. Scanning.
Movement here.
That could be the same little pod we've seen several times now, or that could be a new one. So let's go ahead and peek around this corner.
Moving.
Nothing so far, so could be in here. Let's push you up to here. Still can't see them. So then we'll try and get this high ground next turn, is the big goal.
Understood. Moving out. Rolling. Moving out.
And hope they don't patrol into us and spot an exposed flank that way. Because that would be rough.
Moving out. Moving to Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. On Overwatch.
Surely you see them moving here.
Alright. See you... Do we want to be able to take this cover? We would kind of like to be able to take this cover. So the more we push out here, the more we see, but the more likely we are to be seen, especially since we're not in cover. Let's move with someone else first. And everyone else has a much longer time getting up there. How far up? Okay, in that case, let's just move you like, here, and we can have other people surround you. How? Still no vision of enemies. I'm surprised.
Moving to designated position.
Not much of a show of force yet, Advent.
Will do. Confirmed.
Where is our target?
I'm on the move. Eyes on the prize. Overwatch.
Alright, minions, you just hang out at the bottom of the
Gen
line
4.
for a minute.
Affirmative. Covering now. Hostiles are moving.
Man, this has been a weird rotation around this map. I have no idea where the target is. So how about we put you here?
Position
See what vision
confirmed.
that gives you. None. And then you here.
Roger
We'll want
that.
to move up to this doorway in a minute, but... Okay, there we've got some enemies. It's these same two guys. There are only 2 Advent Troopers in the universe. I'm sure that was the most efficient way of doing that, Robin. So if these guys are the closest and they can't see here, it's probably safe to put the sniper on this corner.
Roger that.
And then... Minions can hang out here. And you can move behind the road.
Double time. Eyes on the prize. Moving to Overwatch.
Alright, so we'll probably have to go on these guys this turn, but we did get to scout out a good chunk of the map first, which is upside. So we can probably do some overwatches here off of the concealment pop to get them without the penalty. So who has vision? Sniper has vision. You have vision of 1. What's your shot? 81? And are we even supposed to do anything fancy here? There is some risk of revealing other pods when we move up. Oh, we don't have any vision from there. Weird. Okay. Nah, let's just start off with a shot and see where things go. Oh, you're actually lower because of weapon range. What's your shot look like? 100%? I like that a little better. Especially with the huge crit chance, because they're out in the open. But it does break concealment, though. We're not going to hold on to your concealment. We'll just use the Grenadier's concealment if we need a scout. Good start.
They've got our position!
So how about you just run up to here, and maybe that'll reveal someone.
Now, will I get to do more than identify targets?
Okay, so we did activate a second pod with that. This guy looks like a commander type.
Objective here.
Target
Okay,
identity
so we do
confirmed.
have the
That's the general.
freezy bomb for
Take
him.
them out before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this.
So we'll probably clean up some other folks and then finish him off with a freeze. So this would deal 9 damage with 0% chance to crit. And this is... yeah, so this is better. Oh, and got a free action off of it. Nice. So probably strike? Okay, so if we got that, you can use the Frost Bomb to lock him down. And then that leaves one more Advent Trooper over here. Julia's a Blade Master, but we can't get her up there in time. We can try and kill this guy with an Overwatch, potentially. Don't have vision on anyone. Alright, so if we use Robot to kill there, use her to flashbang, then that leaves our Ranger, who's probably going to be revealed this turn, but not necessarily. Yeah, it doesn't look guaranteed that we can finish these guys off, so... we also have a shot on that Elite Trooper. So we could... overdrive you for a third action, but that wouldn't be very good. So what are we doing about this guy in the back? We've got a flashbang that we could use, which would not be terrible. So it's basically you three would have to be the ones to gang up and kill him, which doesn't sound implausible that 3 of us could manage it. Could overdrive and use a rocket to do some damage and clear out his cover. That sounds like a reasonable plan, being as we're already in a position we don't love. Yeah, I think I like that. So then we Rocketeer. And then we fire weapon here.
Doesn't seem all that difficult to me.
We lost vision of that guy somehow. Weird. Alright, so then we get to move up to here to regain vision on him. So that's guaranteed to deal some damage. So we could use a Mimic Beacon. We could... we can skull mine this dude? That sounds fun. Yeah, let's try and skull mine him and then Mimic Beacon if it doesn't work out. That sounds awesome. Just one-hit KO this guy instead of spending one of our frost grenades.
It's still up! Target is still up!
Okay. Our stock dealt damage. Oh, but that didn't end our turn. Interesting. So... I guess, is it once per mission, or... huh, I don't know. So we can still freezy bomb him. I'm surprised that did not end our turn. That's really interesting. So this deals 4 to 5. It's not going to kill him. We've got this jerk who would be nice to deal with on Overwatch or something. Her concealment is still of some value. So we could run up with her, finish him off. I feel like we're definitely taking this pistol shot. So he is not dead, but is close. We do have this priest in our midst we need to figure out a solution for. Although, so we can use an Overwatch on him. Don't know if this breaks concealment or not. You know, it's not ideal, but I think I'm okay just using a Mimic Beacon this turn. Like, there's just enough things that could go wrong. Between the priest deciding to shoot us instead of doing anything else. So we're gonna have... I doubt they'd kill this. And I'm also just gonna Frostbomb this. Like, we're just... Why take risks? How many enemies are gonna be on this map at all? Let's just not allow anything bad to happen. Alright, then you move up here and Overwatch.
Affirmative, covering now.
Yeah, I don't think
Picking up an
that
inbound
the
Advent
commander is going to get all the
transport.
way
The
over
aliens
there.
are going to try and extract the general from the AO. Don't let them get on board that ship.
It's only a grace! So yeah, we didn't really need the Mimic Beacon here, but I'm totally fine saving some resources there. Alright, so you can Shadowfall this guy? Cool. So we've got a guaranteed kill there. So let's see what we can do about this fellow up top. Let's go ahead and get a
This
flanking shot
unit
here.
is relatively agile.
6 to 8, 40% crit? Sure. This strike would have done 1 more damage, but wouldn't have given us an ability point. You have... Oh, you have holo targeting, right? Yeah, so you can fire next. 93. He's holo targeted.
Hostile terminated.
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We need to clear the area of any
Right, and then
remaining
we can
hostiles.
Shadowfall this
We
guy.
can't allow them to recover
Or
the
we could
general's
even
body.
not Shadowfall him? Well, actually, Shadowfall gives us a scout, which is kind of cool.
Enemy down!
So there's, yeah, at least 1 more pod out, but that should be the hardest part of it. So let's just take some reloads and Overwatches here.
I'm on it!
Get our Ranger moved up a bit.
I can handle that. Ready to rock. Eyes on a hostile patrol. Enemies on the move! They're flanking us!
They're flanking us!
Gotta do better!
I'll get him next time.
This is a pretty modest pod here. Okay, so you should be able to get some good flanks on you from somewhere. Is this a flank shot? It is not. Is this a flank shot? It is. Yeah, let's just run up and take the flank here. We can go ahead and throw our axe first. This may or may not be the last pod. Right, and then got an 84 here. So we can probably blow up that priest's cover and kill him with something. You have a grenade? And you have plenty of range? Yeah, alright. So let's take out your cover.
Moving to designated position. Bombs away!
Cool. And then Julia, what are your shots like? 100% there? Alright, so we can finish him off. So who can you get... You can just 100%, 91% kill this guy. But that would give him cover, which is kind of funny if we do it from anywhere but here. Let's do that. And Julia can't peek around corners, so she actually exposes less territory than an XCOM operative in the same place would do.
Will the death of this one change anything?
Alright, and then Diamond can go ahead and take the shot here. Is that the end of the mission, or we got one more pod?
You know that was good.
At least one more pod. Okay. Out of actions. Then we can just start pushing people up. We'll want to pick up this loot. And we'll want to overwatch as every pod on the map runs blindly towards us.
Heading out.
Overwatch. Long watch. Overwatch. Oh, hey, a mech.
Got eyes on an advent position.
Nicely done. Wait, you've got Sentinel? Remote hacking, medical protocol. Oh, yeah, that's an ability that applies to all specialists. I forgot. Okay, so we do have a mech overwatch we need to deal with. And it looks like running up there probably would trigger it. Let's see, how much closer do we need to be? About 4 tiles. So this would definitely get it, but probably would fire the overwatch. Do we have anyone with lightning reflexes or anything? Shadow Strike, Shadow Step. Okay. So you can move without triggering overwatch.
I'm going.
I wonder what that's for. Alright, and that gives you a flank shot. And potentially... Could you plasma grenade the mech? Alright, you're a little too far away to plasma grenade the mech, although you could with a run-in gun. Got a 64 on the mech, and you do shred. You know, I feel confident enough that I'm going to use run-in gun.
Hauling ass. No problem, boss.
So what's your shot on the mech now? 91. So we could get some hollow targeting on there first, if we have anyone already in range of it. We do not. Alright, so how badly could this go if we miss the 10%? We've still got a frost bomb. We could probably hit both the mech and the 4 health trooper. So it probably means we'd take an Overwatch. What's the downside to using this plasma grenade instead? Basically, we're looking at... We're down a plasma grenade, and we're dealing less damage. I think just... Yeah, let's just use the plasma grenade. Clear the Overwatch. There's no reason to take the 10% risk here. Alright, and then that allows us to move up with everyone else. So... we just leave people out of cover this turn. Let's move up with Bishop to verify that we're not going to activate any other pods.
To agree.
And then we can leave people out of cover.
Move into position.
Alright. So you cannot hit 2 with Frostbomb. That's rough. So we need to deal with all but 1 enemy this turn. Alright, so this is not quite as good as we were hoping. 58. How much of that is cover? Not that much. We don't have a combat protocol. We don't have overdrive. Alright, this is starting to look a little riskier. So we'll probably need to frost bomb one enemy and try and kill the other 2. So what are our options for killing the other 2? This guy is immediately dead to a grenade. So if we grenade him... So you've got an 80% here. Who has holo targeting? You have holo targeting, but you're also a frost bomber. Do you have holo targeting? You do not. You've got a flashbang, so you can either take this shot, or you could move up for a pistol shot. Which would give you eyes on 2 enemies.
Head into that location.
.64 there. And you've got a gas grenade, which does nasty things to organics, but nothing to the mech. Alright, so which of these can we kill? Do we have another plasma grenade? We do.
On my way!
Alright, so you've got the guaranteed kill here. How much health do you have? A lot. Oof. Yeah, we made some errors against this pod. Alright, let's start off with this 80% against this mech and plan on freezing this guy in the back and grenading this guy in the front. Yeah, okay, so let's plan A, kill the mech. So minimum damage, but did hit, which is the important thing. That puts the mech at, we'll need 2 shots to put it down. So you'll deal a little of that. Alright, what are you doing? You might need to gas grenade this fellow.
Heading to that location.
Yeah, just like... not in a way that hits. But that would allow us to spend your shot on the mech. This is not going well. We just left everyone out in the open. We could lose some of this turn. Alright. So we've got a frost bomb. Which we have to use on the mech unless. So we can definitely give only one opponent an action, if we want. We can frostbomb the mech, kill this guy with a plasma. He's the only person who gets an action. In that case, if we flashbang him, and move this person into cover. Do you have vision? So we'd be getting a flashbanged enemy, a shot against a flanked target. So it could get someone killed. And the only thing that leaves is this gas grenade, which we definitely can't get close enough at. Is that our best option at this point? This is sounding like our best option to me. So the only other world is we kill this mech and frostbomb the other dude. You're not doing anything right now? Alright. Let's verify we can flashbang this dude. We can.
Flash out!
It's not handled perfectly, but only giving him one shot, which hopefully won't kill anyone.
This is for you!
This is a time when it would be nice to have that mimic beacon we spent a little while ago.
Affirmative! Covering now!
Alright.
Shot failed to connect!
Oh my god, that is so lucky.
You're all over me!
Alright, so Julia... Alright, I feel like everyone can we can probably mop this up pretty easily. You don't have your strike. So you just get to walk up and kill
open
this.
spaces, the fresh air.
100%. Awesome. Pick up this loot before it expires.
Got something new!
Wish I had a Malirium core there. So then you get to move up, put holo targeting on the mech for other people to shoot it down, and Julia can take care of the trooper.
Target eliminated. Running dry. Whatever you say.
This might not one-shot it, but we should be able to finish it off. One health. So we could just take a couple shots, or we could gas bomb it.
Moving. Get ready for a surprise!
Alright.
We have confirmation.
Flawless!
Mission
Alright,
accomplished.
well, made a few missteps that round, but did not get punished for them, so that's nice. Brought a pretty green squad.
How often we have counseled you, our loyal citizens, to harbor no sympathy for the dissident factions that hide within our walls. For in the end...
Yeah, we're a bunch of murderers.
Impressive work, Commander. The aliens are probably still wondering what hit them.
Now Julia's tired after one mission. That's disappointing. She just got off of sick leave. I'll save that for deciding later. No Illyrium core, tragically. Just a couple of low-level weapon mods.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
Alright, so we still have no supplies. We're waiting on that supply drop. We can go finish off this alien alloys real quick first. Do we want supplies?
Strategic resource located.
Okay, so we've got enough intel. We don't actually need that. So we could get
Avenger plotting
some
new
number of
course.
supplies there, which I didn't mean to click on and confirm. But we only have, let's see. How long do we have until the supply drop? 10 days? So it's probably a better investment to make contact with somewhere, get the supplies from that. So Indonesia would be 55.
happy with you before. Just wait until they hear.
So Western Europe would be the most supplies.
That broke free somehow.
But New Indonesia, well, we kind of want to build the radio relay, then take New Indonesia. So let's go ahead and make contact with Eastern Europe. And get the supplies from that on the supply drop, rather than picking up the supplies here.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
Attempting.
Take it as a compliment. I'm doing whatever I can to slow you down.
Commander, we need to keep an eye out for the chosen
All right.
sabotage attempts. We don't have any more time to lose.
So that's annoying, but let's just go make contact with India instead. Oh, we don't have the contacts for that. Amazing. Oh, do we have spare engineers? Okay, so it costs a bunch of supplies to get the additional comm station. That's annoying. Alright, in that case, let's just get the supplies sooner rather than later.
Avenger plotting
Damn
new
chosen
course.
sabotage. So we'll try and get Western Europe for next month, but do not need to do it right now given the sabotage. Alright. So Avatar project
The
kicking
aliens
off.
continue to make progress on
We
the
only have
Avatar
14
project.
days left.
If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast. Commander, we're almost out of time. The Avatar project is entering its final stages. The only way we're going to slow the Elders' progress is by destroying one of their facilities. We have to move fast or everything we've worked towards will be lost.
Right. So in one day we'll get our people back from covert action, and then we'll have a squad that could potentially take on the facility. I think we'll probably want to do it immediately at that point, because, well, it would be nice to be able to wait around longer and get, like, assassin weapons and our war suit and stuff. I think we need to just do it while we can and not knock too much time off of our timer.
Our soldiers took some hits during the most recent covert action.
Oh
The
god,
word
and
from the
Mox
medical
was
team is
wounded.
they'll all be fine.
Our unified resistance continues to learn a great deal about these chosen that pursue us. Slowly but steadily, our faith in your word grows, Commander. We continue to progress in our campaign against the Elders, and now we gain new abilities as a result.
Our influence with the resistance.
I'm really annoyed that one of our
factions
troops
has
was
motivated them
captured
to
and we haven't
share
gotten an
some new
opportunity
information
to
on the
get them
Chosen.
back. We lost one of our two high-level bondmates, the Lebedev brothers, and we haven't had any opportunity to recover them. Alright, so we want to send off some really low-level troops on this one. In fact, let's take a minute to look at our roster. So, if we avoid bringing anyone who's tired, we'd have our Reaper, high-level Grenadier, our Spark, would be definitely bringing some second stringers to the facility mission. And we're kind of hanging the whole game on the facility mission. We are, like, we'd be giving up over half of the remaining Doom timer to try and wait these things out. And, yeah, it's just not worth waiting 2, 4, 6, 8 days. I think we need to do the facility mission now. How long until supply drop? 8 days? Definitely not waiting that long. So the other option is really push it, let it get down to like 0, below 7 days, and it'll reset back up to 7. That just sounds so bad to me. I think we can do a facility. We'll have a Reaper, we'll have, plated armor, we'll have our Spark. We can just take it slow, do it with a slightly low-level team, and not lose a bunch of time off of our Doom ticker. So I'm not going to start another resistance thing. Well, no, maybe just start it with some, like, super low-level troops. What have we got? Facility lead wouldn't be bad. I mean, we're just one step away from a bunch of facilities, so I'm not that worried about it. Alien loot, resistance order, gather supplies. And honestly, I wouldn't mind just picking up some supplies. Don't really care about hunting these guys too much right now. Yeah, screw it. Let's just gather some supplies. Unfortunately, we're looking at, we might actually be bringing some, like this corporal sharpshooter, which... Man, can I really do this kind of mission with a corporal sharpshooter? That is a scary concept. We'll just send all of our squaddies. And don't care if they get wounded. Soldier captured and moderate. At this point, I might trade a squaddie for 104. Man, do I just want to wait out this dark event? Are there any that have the ability to negate? Man, I might go on this one just because it's the only one... Oh, this one can also prevent capture. It requires someone we actually need to use, though. So we can gain ability points now or wait until after we do the base mission and do this one. Let's gain ability points now. So we'll want this on our Squatty Ranger. Oh, this costs intel. Nope, let's wait. We'll just go on the facility mission with and waste 24 hours of covert op time. Alright. Let's assault the facility.
Setting course for Sector 2, Australia.
Alright. So we have 2 grenadiers, including some pretty high-level ones. We're bringing a couple lower-level troops here. Is there anyone we want to tire out to bring instead? I think the answer is quite likely to be yes. I feel like just having one more person who's bringing some real power on this mission would be good. So we don't have the Assassin's weapons yet. It would be kind of nice to have Julia with Assassin's weapons up for a future mission. Charlie... So we could bring our Badass Templar or a Badass Specialist. Is it worth tiring out our Templar, potentially giving him a negative trait, or extra power on this mission? Kind of want to say yes just because we lose the game if we lose this mission. And we're looking at him over this Grenadier who has Shredder and Phantom. But is pretty low-level troop. Alright. Let's look at this squad. And then we throw... there are not that many item slots on this group. Mimic Beacon on you. Give you the mobility PCS. Probably give you a Skulljack just for funsies. Oh wait, actually, we actually have a hacking on this guy now. So let's give you Skulljack, Remote, A-Wire Protocol, Remote, Sting, then we could give you Re-Enter Shadow, or Armor Piercing. They'll just leave it where it lies for the moment. Alright, this looks like our squad. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we will go on this facility mission to try not to lose the game. So, good luck us.